elsewhere. We've talked about this before. I think Giannis got to go. He got to go. It's easier for Giannis to leave home than try to rebuild his current home. Now, I also have to say this. Giannis, you're the reason Milwaukee is like this. So Giannis got to take some accountability.
Why'd you say that?
Giannis is the reason Dame Lillard is there and that Drew Holiday isn't there. Giannis is the reason that Doc Rivers is the head coach and Adrian Griffin is no longer the head coach. Giannis, you got to stand in this. Like, it's not coincidence that Milwaukee all of a sudden became a way too old roster, a way too unathletic roster, and a roster that has a head coach that can't lead you there. Giannis, you did this. So you made your bed. You should have to lay in it, but after laying in it for the last 2 years, to me, 2-5, he got to get up out of there. He's not winning any substantive games in Milwaukee. He's been knocked out of the first round the last 3 years in the playoffs. He's only made it to the second round once since winning an NBA championship. And lastly, Shady, I don't want for Giannis what I saw of Dirk Nowitzki those last several years, obviously being born in Dallas. He won a chip in 2011. Then after winning the chip, Dirk never won another playoff series. Giannis won a chip in 2021, but he's only won one playoff series since. I don't see it getting better in Milwaukee anytime soon.
Yeah, he keep exiting the playoffs in the first round.
Very quickly.
You know, and I know you like to come at my guy, Kevin Durant, so I like that you've been honest.
Gotta be honest, man.
I like that. It's time to get out of there, though. And I would like to see some team like the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Young, talented team, athletic. You put him in there, man, it'll be a whole different thing in that West. But then again, the East is not as much, I guess, competition. But I just hate when great players, you can't really see how great they are because of the supporting cast, bad coaches, the role players ain't as up to par like they should be. And now you have a guy like Giannis who's out in the first round.
Yeah.
TV, basketball's better when he's in the playoffs, deep in the
100%.
playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to go. It's time to go, for sure.
Stay put. Stay put and let the organization do what they're going to do. The organization has shown that they're going to try to put the right players around you and give you everything to succeed. And you're in the East. I understand, man, the year sucked. Dame Lillard got hurt, blood clots, then he tore his Achilles. I understand all that. But let this organization do what they do to bring in some players to help you go chase another championship in the East. If you go to a team like the Rockets, they're going to have to give up a lot of their good players and a lot of first-round picks. And on top of that, you got to deal with Jokic. You got to deal with Edwards. You got to deal with OKC. You got to deal with the Lakers. Get out of the West, stay out of the West, and worry about dealing with Boston. That's it. And helping yourself out. But I would love to see him stay put. Let the organization put some pieces around you,
But here's the problem, though, Jay, is like they are way too far away from a couple pieces. If they were a couple pieces away, I'm with you. But the Dame Lillard-Giannis combo was ineffective, in large part because the Bucks do not have enough defense outside of Giannis, so they don't have enough defense on the court. Injuries, but Dame's going to get hurt. He's old. That's what old people do. They get hurt. It's not a coincidence that he's gotten hurt. Furthermore, he's coming off an Achilles. I think he's already age 35 right now. Next time, he's probably back to full strength. He'll be 36 and change, if not 37. Beyond that, Trent, Porter, Portis, Lopez, all pending free agents. So the only other players that played significant minutes on the team, they're also free agents, and they're old and they're unathletic.
So you don't think they're going to sign free agents?
I don't know that I don't think they necessarily have the money.
Not all of them. He's not sign all of them guys.
But the dilemma is also like they're just too far away. If you're looking at a team like the Cavs are likely about to get bounced by the Clippers in 4, if not 5, by the Pacers in 4, if not 5. And the delta between the Cavs and the Bucks was the delta between the Atlantic and the Pacific. And the Cavs is about to get bounced in the second round. And so when I'm thinking about what the Bucks have, all they have is Giannis. Shady mentioned it. Giannis averaged about 30 and 15 in the first round, and they still got that work.
I hear what you're saying, but it's just hard for me to think with a healthy Dame Lillard that they not in that series or win that series against the Pacers. It's very, very hard. I like their chances in the East with a healthy Dame Lillard and a Giannis. Then I like Giannis going to a team in the West. I know that, but I'm saying they'll bring in some players with Giannis. And it might not mean you go into the playoffs and win a series next year. But what I'm saying, I think the easiest path for you to get back to another championship is the East.
I'm saying, Jay, you keep saying that, but like they've been losing, man.
They've been losing.
I've been watching. They have been losing.
Just keep doing the same
Bad coaching. For Giannis, they will bring in people for you.
They will, but here's what I know at this point in time. I don't think Giannis understands roster construction. Giannis is an elite player. He's not an elite roster constructor. Because if he was an elite roster constructor, I don't believe he would have allowed Drew Holiday, who still had a good year and a half left in him, out the building. He would have understood, I need somebody who can guard ball on 1s, 2s. Let me take the 4s and the 5s.
That's true.
Why in the world is Giannis giving you 40 and 15, but also guarding Tyrese Halliburton on the last play? You know what I'm saying? Like, in a world where the Pacers are rolling out there a Miles Turner, in a world where the Pacers are rolling out a Pascal Siakam, why is Giannis on Halliburton? Halliburton plays point. So you want me to play the 4, but guard the point in a must-win situation. Oh, and you also want me to try to shoot the game winner in a must-win situation. They're asking him to do too much. Even if Dame is on the court, I can't put Dame on Hallie because Dame can't guard. So the Bucks would have to change so much, James, whereas he could just say, you know what? Let me go to Houston. I understand it's some dogs out west.
I got one for you. So what about the Magic?
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
To get Giannis, you know how much you're going to have to give up?
That's not a Giannis problem, though.
It's not a Giannis problem, but what I'm saying is if you go to the Magic or you go to the Rockets, they're going to have to give up a lot of pieces. So when Giannis comes over there, it's not going to be the same Orlando team. It's not going to be the same Rockets team. It's going to be some good players on Milwaukee now.
I can't agree with that because you never know. Nowadays, you never know. If I'd have told you, yo, to get Luka, only get an older AD, you would have laughed at that. It happened.
Still are laughing.
There's a lot of picks that happen that you like, how does this happen? And it happens all the time. Because my thing is, this is another thing about the NBA compared to the NFL. If I don't want to play for an NFL team, I got to do a lot to get out of that. In basketball, I don't want to play. I watched Kawhi do it. I watched AD do it. I could keep going down the list. If I don't want to play for your team no more, I won't play.
But it was very clear that the Mavericks didn't want Luka.
Yeah.
It's not very clear.
But what I'm saying is, if I don't want to play for you, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I won't trade you, but I'm not getting what they got for Luka.
Let me ask you this. From a legacy perspective, right? Is it worth Giannis leaving Milwaukee and not being a one-team guy to have a much more viable opportunity at a ring? Or do you think, you know what, Giannis, you've already got a ring in Milwaukee, even if you don't win another one, if you are a one-team guy like a Tim Duncan, like a Kobe Bryant, like a Dirk Nowitzki, even if you just get one ring, it's worth it being a one-team guy?
No, I don't think so, real quick, James. It's because the king that plays in this league, right, the king, he did it. Once he did it, bets is off. When LeBron James said, you know what, I'm leaving Cleveland. I'm the best. I'm leaving it. I'm going to get his ring in Miami. And then once that thing happened, that he left there, and he went back to Cleveland, it's like, oh, then I left there. They're going to. It don't matter now. Your legacy is your legacy.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, he walking into the Hall of Fame. On Milwaukee, on the Rockets, on the Magic, on the Lakers, on San Jose State. He walking into the Hall of Fame. He walking into the Hall of Fame. His legacy is his legacy.
Hall, of course. Yeah. But as somebody who was in Dallas, and also in Texas, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, to me, Shaq is in the Hall of Fame. But Kobe in L.A. is different than Shaq in L.A. Dirk in Dallas is different at this junction in time, obviously, than Luka in Dallas. Tim Duncan in San Antonio, I don't really know of any other players that were in San Antonio that were that dominant and left. They're really no comps. But to me, is there something, James, to like, you know what? You were always, the Packers, Favre inevitably left, Rodgers inevitably left. Is there something to you were always
that feels good at the end of your career. I played with one organization and all that. That feels good. But at the end of the day, we're trying to win. And when you talk about the Kobe Bryants and you talk about the Tim Duncans, Pop always had them dudes in contention to win when Duncan was there. Kobe, he was always in contention. Like, you still got to put yourself in contention to win. If the Milwaukee Bucks ain't going to help me win, then get me gone. But if they going to help me, then I'll stay here.
I just want to know this, though. If he stays there and he keeps, doing this one round exit thing, what you gonna do? Because you talk crazy about KD.
You heard me?
That was this much you said.
He whispered it too.
Like, what? KD got hold on.
We didn't hear no Ugo, nothing. He whispered it.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.